Donando. My name is Derek Ofaronwa with The Medicine Shell, and I teach Igbo spirituality on YouTube as The Medicine Shell. And on YouTube, I was asked what the difference was between your Chi and your Mmuo, which is a reasonable question because they're both ethereal. So I drew a diagram. All right, so Igbo people believe that everything is made by this formula, which is a Chi, an Eke, an Agu, and a Mmuo. I was asked what the difference between the Chi and the Mmuo is, because there are commonalities. They're both ethereal, and they're both very conceptual, right? They're not things that you can measure or put in a box or put in a cup and so on and so forth. The Chi and the Mmuo. I can explain the other ones if you're interested, so just go ahead and ask, right? So when all these things come together, they create this, which is Mado. It's already smudged, and Mmuo. Mado is the physical form. This is the corporal you that you are familiar with. You can measure it, you can hold it, you can touch it, so on and so forth. And Mmuo is an ethereal you. It is the unseen you. It is the you that we can't see and so forth. In the Western world, we would say body and spirit, material, immaterial, matter, immatter, whatever, or immaterial, I don't know if that's a word, and so forth, right? Mado and Mmuo. So these four things manifest into the world as two forms. Now, what does that look like? That looks like this. This is Mado, right? This is you, the physical form that you may be familiar with using your five senses. And then this is Mmuo, which is the greater you. It is an aura, it's an unseen you that radiates out from you, and it is just as much a part of you and is just as important to your existence as the physical form. The physical form is just as important as the spiritual. In fact, Igbo people don't make a distinction between the two. They are both the exact same thing. So the word, and I'll explain why. So the word mado, right, is ma-ndu, a ma that is alive. What is ma? Ma is this, I don't want to go into it, but it's, let's just call it, spiritual material, right? And so forth. And this is ma that is alive. And then Mmuo is more. So is me. It's like, it's almost like an onomatopoeia. So it's like the big me. It's literally, in English, we still say more, right? To be dramatic. So it's the big me. It's the full me. It's the whole me, right? It's me that you can't see, right? The big extension, the grand me, right? So Mado and Mmuo are both made of the same material, but Mado is such a dense concentration of that material that it becomes physical, and then as it radiates out, it's less dense, and it becomes immaterial, but it's the exact same thing. So the absolute best example in the world is the solar system. Let me switch hands. All right, so this is my solar system, right? In the middle, you have the sun, and then you have the planets, which are physical. Everything about the planets comes from the sun. They move based on the sun. They are what they are based on the sun. The sun is the creator and the center of all of this, right? But the solar system is more than just these stones. It is also all of this. It is the light that radiates out from the sun. It is its gravitational pull. This is the Mmuo of this expression. This is the expression, and then this is the big full you. If something floats into this particular Mmuo, it is now in the orbit of the sun, which is no different from the sun. It is just a less dense expression of what is at the center, which is the Chi. And then this together is the Mado, right? So the Chi is the creator and the center of all of this. The Chi, when it creates in twos. It creates physical form, and then it also creates non-physical form, and they are all a part of the exact same expression. Our ancestors use the example of the earth. There is the earth, which we call Allah, right? And then there's the sky, which we call Igwe. We can also call the sky the atmosphere, the gravitational pull, so on and so forth. Now, there are things in the sky or in the gravitational pull of the earth, such as the moon, and the moon and the atmosphere and the sky are all part of the Mmuo complex of the earth, right? Which is the Mado, right? So back to here, Chi and Mmuo are both ethereal. So that's probably where the confusion is coming from. The difference is the Chi is the creator and the center, the God, right, of this entire thing. And then the Mmuo is the non-physical aura or expression of that same thing. When the Chi creates, it creates in twos, which is Mmuo and Mmuo, and both of them again are the exact same thing. It's just that this is the invisible gravitational auric sky form to this corporal earth physical form that come together and make the exact same thing, you and your spirit. Hope that makes sense. Udonando.